Hi, I'm Corey with Gold Rush Expeditions. Today we're out at the Moon Anchor Mine. We're out just a little bit north of the Vulture Mine. This mine, unlike the Vulture, doesn't have a lot of gold, but it does have a lot of silver and lead. Projected back in the day, in the 80s, it was going to clear about $600,000 a day once it was up and running. Kennecott purchased the mill that was out here and moved it down to Mexico somewhere in 84, 85, somewhere in that range.
The first thing we noticed when we came up to the Moon Anchor was there are some drill holes. We know this was last worked in 1984, and this has a cap on it, and it specifically says 1984, ACRA 1984. These are the first signs we saw of the work done during that time. We do know that it was a lead and silver mine. Definitely shows in these dumps here, the nice dark gray.
They left a lot of dumps around because they only wanted stuff that had lead and silver that was over 10%. So everything else that is left out here was sub 10%, which today is still a super great value.
So part of the 1984 report said that they did have a CAT, a D9 up here. You can kind of see there was definitely some CAT work done here. This site has not been reclaimed, so it's not bulldozed closed, any of the entrances. So this had to have been from those 1984 workings. It's possible even the mill was here at one point in time. It's a nice flat surface and there is a foundation up higher.
The whole property's been drilled and run through, so this is a super cheap way to get into a commercial property that's ready to get into development.
So the one on the left hole, they all connect. The hole on the left there is the shortest, and then farther to the right it goes down in farther.
Okay, there's a whole bunch of little holes here. And I'm assuming they're all just from when they were trying to define where this ore body was. You can see the gold bars from there?
I wish. But no, not seeing any gold bars. Just trying to stay super low. The tight little entrance. They built like a little rock wall in here. From historic reports, the vein here goes in a northwest direction. And then I don't think we'll be getting into this one, but you can see two more entrances and probably some core sampling holes.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at underground there.
This, I believe, is the original adit of the property. On the topo maps, this was the only adit that shows based off of the location. And this was the only one that was showing in 84 and I believe 42. 1942 was the other time this was worked.
It's just a stope.
That's it?
That's it. Goes up there a little bit, closes off, pinches all the way over here. It's just closed. And then there's a bunch of like ore that they staged there, maybe. Like they built a big wall, but that's it.
And I thought this was pretty interesting. So there was a foundation down here, but everything around it has washed away. It did talk about historically there being two shafts and they were going to start some adit work. None of this shows on the topo maps, but this is definitely one of the two shafts. Probably goes down about 20, 30 feet. We just finished surveying the Moon Anchor Mine. Now we know historically this was worked in the 1940s and the 1980s. Both times they were planning on open pitting it. That is still the most expeditious way to work this mine today. There are easy roads in here. For heavy machinery, it is going to take a little bit of work, but we were able to get a full-size truck up here. For information on this mine and all our other mines, please visit our website, www.goldrushexpeditions.com. For Gold Rush, I'm Jessica, and we'll see you at the next site. Am I walking now?
Sure.
All right. And I think that is still the most expeditious way to work the work.
And it's true that people don't want to just hear us stop and go duh, 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 duh. So are you talking to me or are you talking to the camera?